One Piece, Season 9, Part 2, Enies Lobby, the post-Enies Lobbies arc, and a filler episodes. On this episode, movie breakdown series review, we're going to review it, give it a grade, A through F, plus or minus do count, and before I hop into it, this is a review, anime, TV show, whatever the case may be that you want me to review, please put in the comment section below and I get to it as best I can. Also Patreon/Zakka, and for $2 a month to get the cut in front of everybody, get your review out way before it comes out on Facebook and YouTube. Now, let's go and get into today's episode of Season 9, Part 2, Enies Lobby, post-Enies Lobby, and the filler arc. I guess it's the Phoenix arc, it's filler. Let's get it off. So, this season, the second half of the season, is episodes 36 to 73. So 36 to 73. And where we left off at from part 1 is the Enies Lobby's arc. So the Straw Hat crew pretty much got rid of everybody except for Kaku and Rob Lucci, which leaves Luffy and Zoro to handle their respective battles. Zoro actually handles his within like the first 2 or 3 episodes of the second half of the season. Like, he pretty much transformed into like a 6-armed demon
aura, 9-sword style. Asura!
Demon kind of thing, and defeats Kaku in a pretty cool manner. There's a nice little fight there, and it kind of ties up. I get that fight with a B, or if I grade a grade, it'd be like a 7 or 8. Like, it was a cool finish. Like, his fight was cool. At the end of it, Kaku is a very unique character. But then we jump to Luffy versus Rob Lucci, and Lucy is definitely giving Luffy the business, and Luffy finally, turns a gear too and able to go back and forth with Rob Lucci. Lucy then transforms into his leopard form, and he's all big and bad, and they just go at welling at each other, blood splatter, fists and go left and right, 10 king figure points, gong jet gatlings. Like, it is going all out. Like, this fight is pretty much, see here, it starts a little bit of it goes from 39 to episode 39 to 46. This fight goes, so it expands over that. And while Luffy and Lucci are going back and forth, Luffy pulls out Gear 3, which is like the arm of a giant. He just rocks Luffy and Lucci like through the building. Does like gong like giant foot. Like, he is destroying like pretty much battleships and everything. But while Luffy is fighting Lucci, the rest of the Straw Hats are still trying to free Nico Robin. Nico Robin is with Spandam, who reveals his plot to everybody, pretty much disrespect Nico Robin. I hate Spandam with a passion. I really want his just desserts. Like, he deserves every bit of like trauma he gets from Nico Robin. He deserves it. Anyway, the crew trying to get to Spandam. Spandam end up calling a buster call, so Nico Robin has to lift her second buster call, where the Navy just comes with like a bunch of vice admirals, and they just wreak havoc on the location that the buster call has been attached to. They bomb the city to smithereens where there's not even a child, woman, or man alive. Like, everything about it is destroyed, like ruins. So they bomb Enies Lobby. The Straw has to save Nico Robin before she gets taken through the gates of justice and not never be received again. Frankie helps out the team. Frankie ends up getting to Nico Robin first, frees Nico Robin with the help of Usopp, who is currently Sniper King or Shogun King. He's there. He sends the keys over to Frankie. Frankie frees Nico Robin. Nico Robin has that burst of energy where she can fight and defeat the Navy with Frankie, and then get away to get with the rest of the Straw Hats. As they're with the rest of the Straw Hats, they're fighting off, waiting for Luffy to defeat Lucci. Lucy finally falls to Luffy, and pretty much the ending of the fight to me bothers me a little bit of this fight. Like, it's a good fight, solid, one of the best fights in One Piece. The reason why the ending bothers me is because Luffy is like down, like he is exhausted, he is knocked down, he is face down on the ground looking up as Lucy's like, oh, Usopp want to talk smack to me? All right, I'm gonna go over there and beat up Usopp too. And he told Luffy, he's like, I'm gonna take out your crew one by one and leave you for last, and so you can watch it. And to me, I was like, that actually happens. This is a not a premonition, but it's almost like a foreshadow to what to come in a couple of seasons from now, where Luffy actually finds himself in that situation. But Lucy's like, I'm gonna go do that. And then as Luffy's about to like give up, he remembers like, his friends and Nico Robin, and he like, I can't do this. I can't let my team go down. I don't leave. Do not mess with Usopp. You do not mess with my crew. And he stands up one last time and does like an amazing like Gong Gong Jet Gap. Which is like the color and everything, and he just one last gas, and Rob Lucy does Iron Body. Like for some reason, maybe the way the writing, not the writing, but maybe the animation art style was. I actually had the manga. I probably should go back and read it over. But Lucy did not get out the way. Maybe he was cocky and arrogant, that thinking that like, you know what, he's not going to hurt me. I'm gonna go Iron Body. He's already exhausted, and Luffy like pushes through just off pure determination through Rob Lucy's Iron Body, which is pretty much make your body like iron, so you can't hurt somebody, and just wail. I mean, like over 100,000 punches to Lucy and knocks him to clean out, like just KO. Also, speaking of Lucy and knocking the clean out, you do get his backstory and learn like this dude is a vicious killer. He does not care. He does everything in the hands of dark justice. And Luffy pretty much defeats the world government. They get the Straw Hats together and they escape on the Mary, which appeared out of nowhere because the Mary wanted to go sailing one last time with the crew, even though the Mary was not able to withstand the journey anymore. If you watch season 8's review of Water 7, Usopp and Luffy are fighting each other because Mary, the determination or the decision for Mary, and Mary is broken. Mary but wants to sail one last time, and the spirit of Mary saves everybody, gets them out of danger, and get them out of Water 7 or Enies lobby in the Buster Call, and collapse once she got them to safety, which is the rest of Galila shows up to get the rest of the Straw Hats out after everybody kind of got together to save, and Mary just crack just in half, and the Straw Hat has to have a funeral for the Mary, which was a Vikings funeral in a sense. They lit Mary on fire and kind of like let it burn. I think it's a Viking funeral. I think that's the one like you push it down the sea, it burns. Maybe I was wrong, but it's a funeral of a sorts for Mary, and everybody cries and breaks down. Mary's like, I'm sorry I couldn't go along with your journey. Says goodbye to all of them. It was a very touching moment. And then after that, Robin's back with the crew. Everybody's celebrating, and you have a few episodes where it's like post Enies lobby. Akiji shows up and let Robin know like, hey, you have a family now. I'm not gonna mess with you. Get a good job. The government shows up, which is Garp, which is Luffy's granddad, and you learn about Luffy's family. You learn that his granddad is part of one of the Navy vice admirals. You learn about his father being dragged as part of Revolutionary Army. You learn about the 4 emperors, which Shanks is one of them. He's become a 4th emperor, and I think you hear about Whitebeard, or they don't show Whitebeard. They show Shanks. And then Whitebeard, a shadow of Kaido, the shadow of Big Mom, which you don't meet those characters for a long time. And then Garp is kind of like beating up on Luffy. Kobe comes back. Luffy and Kobe had a little fight, and they just hang out together and talk about the journey and everything. Kobe has a glow up, a big glow up. And from there, you kind of get some more other exposition stuff around the world of One Piece. This is one thing I love about One Piece. Oda does a good job when he finishes an arc. He builds up little things around the world. So like while Straw Hats are doing this is what's going on here. While Straw Hats are doing this is what's going on over there. So in this season, at the end of the Enies lobby stuff, Shanks pretty much ships up to Whitebeard in one of the most coolest scenes of interaction in One Piece, where Shanks is walking up and he's using hockey. And I think,
Don't ask, just go inside.
This is bad, Marco. You gotta do
Don't
something.
panic. They're just passing out, that's all.
Those who have a weak will cannot withstand the aura that surrounds that man's every step. The power of his hockey.
this is the first time we see it that's not a part of Skypiea, where he's walking and people with weak wheels cannot stand up against Shanks and they're collapsing. And Shanks and Whitebeard talk to each other, and Shanks tell Whitebeard, do not go after Blackbeard. Pull Ace off of Blackbeard. Blackbeard has something up his sleeve. Ace is not gonna be able to survive. And Whitebeard's like, do you understand what Blackbeard did? He killed one of my soldiers, one of my fellow brethren, one of my sons, one of my crewmates. He committed one of the worst sins you could ever do with a pirate, and has killed your crewmate. He must fall, and Ace is the one to bring him down. Shanks was like, that's not smart, and they end up beefing with each other and start fighting. And of course, One Piece never shows a conclusion of a fight that's not a Straw Hat, so we don't get to see the conclusion of that fight. We just know that they swing blades at each other and then move to the next scene. Cool interaction, cool. Back to the Straw Hats with Galila and Water 7. The Straw Hats are hanging out and stuff like that, while Frankie and Iceberg builds a ship for the Straw Hats. And you got a couple of filler episodes, like Luffy's and Chopper filler wasn't the best. I didn't like it. Zoro's filler was kind of fun. And then Sanji had a filler with, it was cool. But then after that, you learn about the new bounties on everybody for the Straw Hat crew. Luffy's now up to, I want to say 300 million. Let me double check that. Yeah, so the new bounty, Straw Hat Luffy has 300 million berry bounty. Rono Zoro has 120 million. Nami has 16 million berry bounty. Robin went up to 80 million, which was at 79, now at 80 million. Chopper is the lowest. He has 50 berries. Like, that's all it is. Chopper has 77 million, and Sniper King, Soget King has 30 million bounty berry bounty. So that's why I can't say that word. And then Frankie, he gets 44 million berry bounty. So they all get bounties now, and because Frankie's the wanted man, and he built the Thousand Sunny, was the new ship that the Straw Hat crew has, Frankie gets to go with the Straw Hat crew. But the way they get Frankie to join, they pretty much steal his underwear, and he's running through town, and everybody's like, oh gosh, he's a pirate, and he's like, he has a bounty, and he's butt naked, he's a perv. And Iceberg tells the Straw Hat crew that you have to use force to get Frankie to join your crew. You know, he wants to join. He's not going to leave. He don't want to leave everybody. And the force they use is Nico Robin grabs Frankie's family jewels and pretend to rip them off. Like, she was going to rip them off unless he joined, and he finally decided to succumb to the pain and join the Straw Hats. He really wanted to join them. So Frankie's a new Straw Hat member, but before they can leave, Garp is attacking the pirates. Like, you know what? I'm gonna take out Luffy. So he's attacking Luffy, and they're waiting for Usopp to say he's sorry. So Usopp's like, I'm not gonna say he's sorry. I'm just gonna try to sneak my way back to the crew. And the crew's like, no, you're not coming back here until you say you're sorry. Until you apologize, you're not joining the crew. And Usopp finally screams, I'm sorry. After he realized the Straw Hat crew was gonna leave him, he says, I'm sorry. And Luffy, one of the coolest scenes, throws his arm out, like, stretch it to the shore, and Usopp's like, what? And Luffy's like, grab on!
Hurry up! Grab on already!
and they rejoice after they pull them back to the ship. And the Straw Hat crew is all together again as they go to the new journey, which is Fishman Island. They want to go to Fishman Island, that's where they're headed to. And when they was at Water 7, I can't think of her name right now, the fishman mermaid lady who runs the lighthouse or the train station, she was telling, like, no, hey, you about to go into a new path this way, where this is considered like a ship graveyard, people get kidnapped, it's a ghost area, so just give me, it's considered haunted seas, so just give me a heads up. So that's where they're going to, but they need to get to Fishman Island because that's where they want to go to get to the new world. They had to go to the Fishman Island, get to the other side of the Grand Line. And Enies lobby itself was pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. This was a joy. It was a joy to witness this part of the journey again. And then we get a few more nuggets before we get to the filler episode. So with the world building that Oda does after every big arc, he gives us Blackbeard versus Ace, and you have them fighting each other. The flame fruit, which Ace has, versus the dark fruit, which is Blackbeard has. It's his actual fruit, and it's kind of like a version of gravity. Like, he pretty much consumes everything, and if you touch Blackbeard, when he's using his power, he actually takes away your fruit ability. He takes your power away from you and makes you like kind of like a sea stone, powerless for a moment. And Ace gets rocked a few times, where Ace actually figures out what pains is for a long time. They fight each other to a non-conclusive battle at this point. It just pretty much, the battle happens and we don't know what the ending is at this point. If you've seen the series, you know what happens next. But as far as watching this and reading it at the point right here, you have no idea what happens to Ace. You know what happened to Blackbeard. You just know the battle continues on, and it's a pretty intense fight and a like to be continued. So that was a cool moment. Then you get the filler arc for this, which is like the back half of like the Enies lobby in season 9, which is like the Phoenix Pirates. And what happens is there's a bounty hunter group that steal people's flags, and they're collecting flags, and their father's birthday. None of the names are really important. It's just cool action stuff. Some of the fight scenes was kind of cool. Most of it just like, let's get it over with. The concept of the Straw Hat crew losing their flag and then not telling Luffy what happens. Luffy got to figure out that his flag is lost, and the rest of the Straw Hat Pirates try to get the flag back so Luffy doesn't scone them. Was kind of fun. But at the end of the day, Luffy and them get the flag back, and they defeat the bounty hunters, and the Phoenix Pirates go on about their business. They get back together, and they go on to go to the Grand Line. And one thing with the Phoenix Pirates was that they lost their flag, they lost one of their crewmates, and the pirate captain was injured, and they was want to go to the New World as well. They got injured, and they pretty much left alone, and Chopper rescues the pirate captain and got him back on his feet, and then he was trying to figure out whether or not he wants to, continue being a pirate, go be a bounty hunter. And thanks to the Straw Hats, he got inspired again to follow his dream. He want to be the king of the pirate, just like Luffy wants to be a king of the pirate. And that was cool. I like the filler. I like the concept of the Phoenix Pirates and everything. If it was a canon arc, it'd be okay canon arc. It wasn't a bad filler. It just felt like a lot longer than it needed to be. But heck, it got the job done, and I was cool with that. I did like how they do get you attached to a few characters, part of Phoenix, the Phoenix Pirates crew. I did like that they fleshed their story out. You got to get a little backstory and everything. They all did a good job. Thought they did a good job. Another thing, the animation shifts from the beginning of season 9 to the back half of season 9. The animation actually changes, and you can tell when it changes when they finish Enies lobby, post Enies lobby stuff. The animation shifts. I'm like, okay, we better get to the more modern version of, I guess at this time, of One Piece. All right, let's go and get in the cast and crew of season 9 when it comes to One Piece and break down the characters. Straw Hat Luffy, he was good. Like, determined. Luffy want to save Nico Robin and pretty much does that. He does exactly that. Nami, the whole Straw Hat crew is the same. They all the same. They're pretty much looking to save a friend, and not let their friend die and let their friend like say, hey, you're part of our family. Nico Robin has the biggest change in this season. She realizes that she does have family that's out to save her. She finally opens up. She called people by their first name now. She called like Luffy and Nami, no longer cat burglar or navigator or doctor or captain. She actually called like Luffy, Chopper, Zoro, no longer swordsman. She actually calls them by their actual names now. She accept them as a family, and she gets her revenge on Spandam. Like, she breaks his back. Spandam got just desserts. He'll get his back broken, can't walk again. Like, legit cut in half. They show it. But Nico Robin's finally like a free person in a sense. She no longer have to worry about being ratted out or thrown aside. She actually is free. Then you have Frankie, who actually joins the crew. He helps build the Thousand Sunny, which is a pretty cool ship. It's capable to get past the Grand Line. It's made of the same bark that Gold Roger's ship was made out of. I can't think of the name of the Golden Oro or whatever it can be. It's made of the same bark that ship was made out of, so it's made to get across the Grand Line and exist through everything. The ship can fly and everything. It has pretty different rooms and everything that also kind to relate to the character, which I did like. Like, it has a bathroom for Nami, it has a doctor's lab for Chopper, a kitchen, a nice kitchen, a weight room, an aquarium where you can capture the fish and throw into the aquarium and then go down and eat in the lounge. It's a pretty cool ship design, and I like how Oda made it. Each character got their own piece of the ship. Awesome work. Good job, Oda. Good job. But Frankie finally joins the crew, and he's part of like the new shipwright. He is that guy now. He's part of the crew. As far as CP9, Lucy he is the devil himself, pretty much. He's the government's dark justice devil, and he's a killer and everything. He doesn't care what the government says what to do. He's gonna do what the government does. And Luffy beats him. Cool design, cool character, and he gets knocked out, and we don't know what happens to the rest of CP9 for now. Akiji, he's here. He shows up, kind of keep his eye on everything, and see that like the Straw Hat crew actually gonna take care of Nico Robin. So he's like, all right, I'm out. You know what? I'm not really following the rules of the government for this moment. Garp shows up. Garp is just like Luffy, stubborn, hard-headed. They both pass out a lot. They yell at each other. Garp makes rules, and he's just a cool character at this point. He can throw cannons with his hands and just toss them at the speed of like an actual cannon. Like, Garp is strong as all get out, and he actually fought with Gold Roger and fought against Gold Roger and fought against the Rocks Pirates. Garp was probably one of the old generations of Navy officers when the golden age of pirates was existing. And I'm trying to think of who else I want to bring up. Spandam, hate him. Horrible character, hate him. Guy just deserves. He deserved every bit of pain that came to him for beating up Nico Robin and everything. He's just a horrible character, like legit horrible character. And one thing about Oda, the uglier a character is made, the uglier the personality is. And props to that. All right. Any other thoughts? Not really. The music, the opening soundtrack, the opening theme songs are not that great. Like, Jungle Peace shows up at the end of this season, and it's fine. But other than that, not really. The ending themes, I didn't really listen to most of the ending themes because Country Road just rolled you right into the next episode. So there's that. And that's about it. Is this a season you should binge? Yes, binge this season. It's definitely worth the binge. You just finish the last part of the season 9 with the filler, or you can skip the filler, but it's definitely worth binging. And great time. I'm gonna grade Enies Lobby and post Enies Lobby arc and the rest of season 9 part 2. I'm gonna give it an A. It's an A arc. It is one of the best arcs in One Piece, and overall it's an A. By the fact, Luffy versus Rob Lucy is an A as well, or a 10 out of 10 fight, or a 9 out of 10, not 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, because the ending just kind of like, whoa. But it's a good fight. I mean, it's some good stuff. I really have no complaints really about this season. Just how that fight ended, it was cool. And then some of the filler pacing was kind of like, okay, we get it. It's filler. I didn't want to skip it, so the pacing of it was kind of long. But if you skip the filler, you'll be perfectly fine. You'll move on to the next season, and you'll be solid. So Yeah, this season gets an A for me. If you've seen One Piece Season 9 Part 2, the back half of Enies Lobby, what do you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys next episode of Movie Breakdowns, and keep being awesome. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate that. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If there's a review you want me to watch or do, let me know. Please put it in the comment section below this video. Also, you want to watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns, it's right there. Just gotta click on it and you'll be able to watch it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Love y'all, and keep being awesome.